Yeah, I auditioned and went up for a part age appropriate to me, and then they asked me to audition for Kublai, and went on tape. Then I was in Hong Kong. They wanted to see me in London. I couldn't make it, so they flew me to Malaysia, where I met John Fushko, Dan Minahan, and the rest of the producers. And yeah, that was it. Yeah.
It was a different story, much harder.
It was much harder for him. There were hoops of fire.
Nobody called me for the audition, first of all, so I knew about it. And I said, okay, let's do a self-tape, and let's send it to Benedict Gold in England. So that's what I did. I called a director friend of mine, and I felt the occasion, really. And I say, you know what, let's do, because normally audition for actors is such a painful thing to be there, because you have to, these people that doesn't know really what the real director wants. Anyway, I did a self-tape with this friend of mine and my girlfriend, playing Kublai Khan, giving him the lines. And then after I sent it, at the end, 3 months before we start shooting, I was like the last of everyone. And John Fusco's wife found me. So the creator's wife found me and says, he's the one. And then they called me to Malaysia, and I did a call back, and everything went fine.
Yeah.
I would say.
So I first got the opportunity audition was last year in August, and then I got several scenes of I think different female characters, and I went into the office and I read all of them, and then at that moment I already think that Kokochin was more similar to myself, and but I didn't expect much, because I know this is a huge production, this is a big part, and I'm actually quite like a newcomer, so I wasn't expect much. For like 2 months, I didn't really hear back from them or anything, until one day I received a phone call saying the show creator John Fusco was coming to Beijing to meet with the candidates, and that's when I first met with John, and we had a very pleasant talk about Marco Polo, and he was asking if I knew Marco Polo, because he said a lot of people in other countries only know Marco Polo as the swimming pool game. But for me, it's the opposite. I never knew about the swimming pool game until I actually did Marco Polo series. So and then I didn't hear back from them again for a couple of months, until early this year, I got a phone call asking me to fly to Malaysia to do the final audition with the real directors who's going to direct the show, Yoakum and Esben. And that's when they taped me, and I think it was probably 2 or 3 people left in the final round, and then they voted for me.